Hi all, welcome to the workshop. We now have issue 94 of Eaglemoss's Build the Delorean. We now have issue 94, and in this issue we're going to be working on more of the front part, adding the lower valance to the headlights, and then we're going to be adding it to the main vehicle. So let's get on. So these are the parts we get in this issue. We got the front valance, that's plastic. We have this metal grille. And we have some IP and DM screws. And that is it. So the first thing we're going to be doing is getting this part from our previous issue. And we're going to be adding the front valance to it. Just going to move those wires out of the way. Now this is going to slot in. It's got a small locating plug on there and on there, and they're going to be going into these two holes here. You've got the lower one for the plug, and the top one for the screws. So making sure not to trap the wires. And we're just going to place that in there, ensuring that it's a nice fit. We're then going to be securing that in place with two DM screws. Plenty of DM screws for this time. Just going to dip that into a little bit of oil. Just holding that in place and just securing it in on there. And one just this side here. So that's now secured like that. The next thing we're going to be doing is getting our metal grille. And we're going to be placing it just on the front here. Now there are 4 larger holes and 4 smaller holes. The 4 larger holes go onto the top and the smaller holes for the bottom. The top ones are going to be secured by 4 DM screws. The lower ones are going to be secured by 4 IP screws. So we'll do the DM screws first. So I start with one of the middle ones, just in loosely. I'll just tighten these ones up. And then we'll be using the 4 IP screws in the bottom. Just like that. So the next stage is we're going to be bringing the vehicle over. We're going to be plugging in these 2 cables into the front of these. And we'll be placing this onto the front of the car. So first things first, just matching up the cable colours. Just like that. And then we're just going to be offering that up, try and tuck the cables into the front housing as much as possible, so there aren't any real loose cables that'll get caught when we come to secure this in place. We need to ensure that these bits of the front valance do pop in behind this front wing. So that's now in there and lined up, and these front valances, as you can see, are now lining up underneath that front wing. Now I'm just going to be securing this in place with 3 DM screws, and they're going to go through these holes here, one here, and the 2 outer ones, or 2 center ones of these 3 holes. Just ensuring that the bonnet clears that front bumper now. Yep, that is that stage complete. So this is how it's finished. And of course we need to do the test, make sure it's working. So here we go. Doesn't that look brilliant? It's absolutely brilliant. So these 2 LEDs, they just float out here for the minute. I'm sure we will take care of those in the next issue. Thank you very much for joining me in the workshop today. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Delorean is looking absolutely fantastic now with the front lights in. I'm just testing the EL wire to make sure that's still working. You can probably see the Model Mods flux capacitor fluxing away in there. So if you want to see more of how this Delorean progresses, or anything else that goes on in the workshop, please remember to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. I'll see you around.